Let's talk with your host, Reggie B. Come on, let's all join in. Free your voice, it's your choice, alright here. Oh, Simply Stray Talk.
Hey guys, it's Melissa. I'm so excited to do this. I love that you guys care so much about our characters, that you're enjoying the intros. Like, I love every moment of this, and to see these questions, the love and the support and the feedback is just mind-blowing. So thank you guys for wanting me to be a part of this. Thank you, Reggie. Thank you, everyone. I'm just so happy. Okay, let's start off with I Love Ray 3. How did you get your start in voiceover work, and how do you get work in voiceover? So in the past, just 2 weeks alone, I've been asked this question close to every day. So it's funny that it ended up here in the list of questions for today. But first I just started off researching. I knew nothing about being a voiceover actress. I just thought of, different characters on cartoon shows growing up. So I was like, I want to do that, but I have no way to do it. Do I need an agent? What do I do? So I just did a lot of research. Then I started buying my equipment. I bought a mic. I already had a laptop. I got the software Audacity. And, with the research and Googling and the YouTubing, I just started to take notes on, how to edit my own software and, what was the best mic that I could get for a beginner. And yeah, just put it all together. Then I started making demos. Went to different sites to get free scripts, and then I just recorded the scripts, found a way to add background music, and started uploading all my work to different voiceover platforms. I'm on quite a few at this point, but from there I started to get some work. I started the auditioning process, and I really just started off with the research. That was everything. From there, I was able to try to make a roadmap as what I was supposed to do or how to do it, or, that's how it worked for me anyway. I know a lot of people did it a completely different way than I have, and I don't think there's any one way to do it. This is just the way that I went about doing it after all the different things that I looked up and all the people that I've spoken with in the past. This was just the way that I ended up navigating my way through voiceover work. This question is from my.linka, if I'm saying it right. Pig feet and peanut butter. I love this one. When are you going to do a follow-up to that intro? And what was your favorite one to do? That actually had me cracking up. I had to re-record that a few times, actually. I just could not stop laughing. I said, what? Why? Oh my gosh, that one was funny. Honestly, anyone that I'm being a ridiculously smart ass, but I think I'm so funny at the same time, those are all my favorite, because that's legit how I am in real life. Like, I'm always cracking on my friends or family, and then I just be like, I know I am hilarious. Like, nobody else is laughing, but that's okay, because I know that I'm funny. And deep down, I think that they know that I'm funny too. So the fact that I'm able to take how I really am in real life and put this in a script, it's just amazing. So I love all those. And as to when am I going to do a follow-up, I'm ready whenever. I'm always ready to do a follow-up and to keep on going. I love the scripts that Reggie creates, and, whatever he's writing, I'm reading, I'm cool with it. I love them all. Like, they're all just so funny. There's not one yet where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I love all of the intros. They're all fun. They're exciting. I feel good about them. Like, it's a good time in my little booth. Okay, we have a question from JRJ84. The character Melissa is a boss. Ow, thank you. Are you friends with Angelique and Reggie in the show? It's like you're all having so much fun. How long does it take to record your stuff for the show? I just imagine the three of you are nonstop comedy. That's so funny. We actually have never met. I love how well everything is put together, so it just flows as if we all were in the same studio, but I've never met Angelique or Reggie, unfortunately. But I would absolutely love if we all could get together one day and record something and, you guys could actually see us perform the skit. That would be hilarious. But it honestly depends. How long does it take for me to stop giggling? Like there's times when, I have to be serious and I'm still laughing from what I said or what I'm about to say. Because, I do a run through before I even start recording. And I'll be like, wait, no, get yourself together. Calm down. So it honestly, depends. But at the same time, once I finally do, regain my composure, it does not take long because it doesn't feel like I'm ever really acting. Everything that he writes is just something that I would say or something that I have said. So it just never feels like I have to, work. It's like I'm coming to record some conversation that I had 2 months ago, and because it feels so natural that it just never feels like work. Okay, so I'll do 2 questions this time. This one is from Char.Pairs. When are you and the others going to start making YouTube videos from this? It would be great to see all of you act these out in person. And the other one is from Sheila_Cam. I want to do voiceover work. How do I find work like this? And would you be open to adding another person? So I would love to. I think it would be wonderful one day if we all could align our schedules and figure out a way to, meet up and record this on YouTube. That would be so cool. I would absolutely be down for that. And as for Sheila_Cam, you want to do voiceover work? Girl, go ahead and do it. Do it to it. Make sure, you put in the research and the work. Like, you can do this. I know some people are like, they feel like I don't know how to act, or I'm not comfortable in front of, the camera, or I don't know how to use the mic. I don't know how to do this or that. I didn't know how to do any of this. I just know that I've been dramatic since birth. I came out acting. And so, from there, everything that I'm doing, I didn't know how to do it at some point in time. So, as long as you try and you put in the work and the effort, you can do anything. So I say, if you want to, girl, go ahead and do it. And I would not be the one that you would have to ask about that. I'm not the boss man, but I'm open. But I'm certainly open to another person joining our clique. But yes, that's not for me to decide. Okay, next question. Fusan, if I wanted to use your voiceover work, how do I contact you? And what other voiceover work do you do? That's a wonderful question. Thank you for that. I was talking before about how I, am on different platforms. So on Fiverr is how a whole lot of people find me right now. Tunes Lover 91 is my name on there if you want to go check me out. But I also have an Instagram page, a Facebook, and I have a website. So if you guys ever want to look me up, Melissa Shaw VO, that's me. Send me a message, a DM, text, email. I do all types of work. I do, the intros and outros, of course. I've done animation. I've done telephone recordings for business lines. I've done e-learning tutorials. I've done YouTube, like the YouTube narration countdowns, top 10s. I've done countless amount of work. So I love to do the intros for this. Absolutely. But yes, there are all types of things that I do. I just don't do audiobooks. Like, I do many things, but audiobooks, that's a long session sometimes. If it's a short book, that's cool. But 2,000 page audiobook, that's not, Okay, so 2 more questions. Bria_Queen and Nia said, Melissa is hilarious. Thank you. When are you going to use your character to speak more about Black women issues? I think it would be great. And the other question from Nia was, when the show started, I didn't care for the introductions, but I loved the new way of introducing the conversations. I feel like I'm listening to an audio soap opera. Do you see your part leading to some type of dramatic moment like a cliffhanger? What would you want it to be? Okay, for the first question, thank you so much. And Bria, I understand what you're saying. I feel like we have touched on some part of the Black women issues, but, I'm all for, getting more in depth into things that we go through more often. So I'm all for it. And Nia, I love a cliffhanger. What would I want it to be? So a dramatic cliffhanger type thing that I could see possibly happening in the future, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing how Melissa would handle either herself or, Reggie or Angelique or somebody she's super close to being directly impacted by the issues that we deal with today is, being Black in America, I would be interested in seeing how she would handle that. She's got a lot of jokes a lot of the time because she's just so funny. But to see that side of her, how she would deal with everything, that or COVID or even somebody getting pregnant, pregnancy scares. Those are all that I got. I'm not a writer, guys. I don't know. I can imagine being in their shoes, but to actually write something that is not my cup of tea. Okay, let's see what Solomon has to say. I am just curious why you and the other women are never part of the actual discussions. The podcast is very informative, but sometimes it would be cool to hear your views on the show. Is that something you're doing moving forward? Hey, you never know what the future may bring. I'm not opposed to it, so we shall see. Thank you for your question. This question is from Honey Life. How do you prepare for doing the readings for the show, and are you allowed to read your way, or are you stuck to a certain way of doing things? Thank you. That's a good question. So I am told by Reggie all the time to have fun with it. Just go ahead and, if you need to change something a little bit, go ahead. So, I have something that, of course, I'm not going to change the whole thing, but, there might be a word here or there and I'm like, that didn't sound natural when I said it. Let me say it this way so it doesn't sound like I'm reading straight from a script. But it depends on what the script is. Like, there have been times that, I haven't been in the best of moods and I have a script here and I have to, be cracking on Reggie and, laughing a little bit. So I'd have to, put myself in happy mood. So I start thinking about different things that have happened that made me laugh, and I'll go through the script and, I might have to go through it about 2 or 3 times. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what? That actually is funny. Get yourself together, Melissa. And then I'm there. Or, there was a script once when that character James, it's getting a little crazy with him. I all the way had to put myself in a past situation. I had to go back there mentally and get myself in a knuck if you buck mode, So it does depend on what script it is and, what mood I'm in. Sometimes, I don't even have to put myself anywhere. I just read the script and I'm like, all right, that felt great. But, there are other times I have to get out of whatever I'm in and going through at that moment. I have to put myself somewhere else. Okay, next is a question from E. Cruz. Sometimes I feel like the women beat up on the male character. Is this just all in good humor or part of the feminist things going on? Don't take this wrong. I love the back and forth. Who writes these, and have you ever received something inappropriate or turned down an intro for the show? I love the show and your character. No, I have never, thankfully, had to turn down anything that Reggie has sent me. And I'm so happy and grateful for that. He was the first person to really give me a shot. I had done just one voiceover prior to working with Reggie, and I'm pretty certain that the person, they paid me for the work, but they never used the voiceover. So Reggie was like kind enough to take somebody who I just started working in voiceover and definitely on that platform that I was using. Like, he could see I didn't have any other jobs that I was working, but he still used me anyway. And I think it's just so wonderful that we've been able to work with each other so consistently. And I've never had a script that was just like, I'm not saying that. Or, mm-mm. What are you talking about? Nope. Mm-mm. So, no, I have never. But he's the one who writes it. He writes the script. So that's funny. You think, it's a feminist thing going on, but he wrote it. But thank you. I appreciate that. Question. See, Mizzy, we listened to this at work and you have us dying. The things you say is exactly what we are thinking. Please tell me you and Reggie are going to do another counseling visit episode. When you both turned on the counselor, I was done. Do you enjoy doing these voiceovers for the show? Absolutely. Like you said, he has these situations that I have either been in before or I think this way. So it's just, it's wonderful to be able to just put my life into this podcast pretty much. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole counseling session. Let me tell you something. I have been there. I have definitely been there. Maybe not in actual counseling with, the person I was with at the time, but there have been people that are trying to give us, advice. And then we start off, we're against each other. And by the end, we're like, we don't have any problems. What are we doing talking to you? You know what? We're good. We're good. Thank you. You're just trying to destroy us. We see what it is because there's something not right in my head. So it's really funny that you say that. I say that to him all the time. Like, oh my gosh, I all the way would have said that, or I did that. I have been there. And it's hilarious. I'm cracking up before I even start recording. I just have to get my life before I even press record because I'll just sit here and just crack up in the booth. Ms_Lorna. I hope I'm saying this right. Do you have to know how to create fully produced projects with music and effects like it's done on the show to do voiceovers? Have you ever recorded a script but regretted it afterwards? I guess I'm asking, do you go back and listen to the work you do once it's released? Well, let me answer the first part. I do know how to do some of those things, but fortunately, I work with someone who doesn't ask me to. I just have to record it. I try to clean it up, make sure it doesn't sound like trash. And, he does his thing with it. But for Simply Straight Talk, no, I do not have to add any music and effects. But, with other clients that I have worked with, they do sometimes ask me to add music. I've never been asked to add effects, but, if they ever needed it to be done and they're willing to pay me for it, then yes, I will. But I have yet to have to do all of that. I've just, produced the my part, the voiceover, and then added the music. Never any effects yet. Crossing my fingers it doesn't happen anytime soon. No, I'll do it if I have to. And I think, as an artist, I'm a voiceover artist. I have plenty of work that I go back and I'm like, girl, you should have did it like this, or you should have said it like that. I just listened to something that I did a few months ago for Reggie, and then I'm like, oh man, why did I do it like that? But then I'm looking at you guys' questions, and I guess it wasn't terrible. And he has yet to tell me that it was terrible, but I'm really critical of myself, not just with voiceover work, but with plenty of things. So, I mean, I can be there. Yes, there are. The answer is yes. There are definitely things that I've gone back and I'm like, oh man, why are you doing like that? And I re-record things all the time. Like I'll do a few takes before I even start recording because I know that I'm not going to like the first couple takes. I never do. I almost never like the first few takes. Okay, are you ready? Let's see what I had to say about this question. Wimpy.e. When is your character going to have it out with the guy James? You guys keep building up to it, but it hasn't happened. Do you use your real life experience for this? Because sometimes it sounds like you're serious. That is a wonderful question. I sure do. Okay, there have been people in the past that I had to tell them to get, leap up into the sun because stuff was about to get real. So, yes, I have definitely pulled from past experiences to record certain situations because, as soon as I get a script from Reggie, I'm super excited. I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun stuff. Yeah. And then, a lot of it is really fun. And then when it gets really serious, I'm like, okay, calm down. Okay, think about this. That happened. That what? Okay. Yup. We about to fight. Then I'm all hot in the studio like, okay, ain't nobody named James over here with me. Girl, calm yourself down. I get excited. I get excited and it gets real over here. And it's real life experiences for real. Now I'm getting upset again. Hold on. Here are the last 2 questions of the day. K_Marshek. Every time I listen to you, I really want to try voiceover. Do you use your real voice or do you use multiple voices? Okay, so for Simply Straight Talk, I do use my real voice. But there are other things that I've done, and I've had to change up my voice a few times for a different podcast. Or I've had to change up my voice for a few cartoons. So it really, it depends on what it is that somebody's looking for. For the most part, what I do, I do get to use my real voice, which is exciting because for a long time, I did not like my real voice. So I love that people actually want to hear my real voice. But there are countless voices that I have used in the past. And in the future, I intend to continue, switching up my voice, switching up my style when it's necessary. Perfect_me. I like that. Perfect. Okay. Do you write your own lines and are you able to adjust them? Do you all follow each other? I never see the women on Simply Straight Talk Gram or live streams, but your names are mentioned. When will we get to see you all interact as a group? I love the audio, but I think everyone would love to see you all in one of the live streams or YouTube videos like Sade or Big Ja. Your content is better. Yes, thank you. I would love to. Like I was saying earlier, I would love to be able to coordinate with everyone and we'd be able to get together. Or, even if one day, we're recording remotely and we all put it together, I'm all for that. Just let me prepare myself because I'm used to not being seen, just heard. But I would love to be seen one day too. And as for the Instagram, we need to change that immediately. So Reggie, Angelique, where y'all at? We gonna have to follow each other. _Melissa Shaw VO. Okay? I would love to have us, start to interact more. I would love for us to interact like that. So yeah, I'm all for that one day. You never know what's going to happen. You couldn't have told me this time last year that any of us would be here where we are right now with this COVID and with the Black Lives Matter movement, or me even quitting my job to be a full-time voice actress. I'd never seen any of this coming, so you never know what the future may hold. I would love to. And thank you so much that you love our content. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for the questions. I am feeling the love. I enjoyed this so much. You guys have no idea. This took me a minute to even do because I was just cracking up. Y'all are funny. Keep supporting, keep following. Once again, _Melissa Shaw VO. Okay? I also have a Facebook page, Melissa Shaw VO. Got a website, same name. Hope to see you guys soon. All right. Bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Simply Straight Talk podcast. Make sure you visit our website at rmviagem.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Libsyn, SoundCloud, or Spotify, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that will help us out too. Thank you, and see you next week.